their assets. Mr. Speaker, this is bad law, and I'm afraid that I cannot support it. Thank you.
Amy Adams.
Speaker, I'm very happy to take a call this evening on the second reading of the Taxation, Tax Administration and Remedial Matters Bill. And, sir, before I come to gift duty, which obviously is one of the key elements of this bill, I just want to touch, sir, on the other major aspect of it, which is the changes that are made around information sharing and secrecy. And that's certainly an area that the Select Committee spent quite a bit of time considering. Certainly, sir, we concur with the Minister that there is a need for the Inland Revenue Department to share its information more efficiently and easily with other agencies, but we were of course very concerned to ensure that that's done in a proper and carefully controlled way, and I think that the balance that we've reached within the legislation as it's now before the House is a good and robust one, although one of the components we've built into that, sir, is reporting back to this House on how that does work, so that this House can continue to monitor the way in which those new powers set out. So I just want to touch briefly on gift duty and particularly respond to some of the comments that the Speaker has just resumed his seat. The contentions that the Labour Party is putting up around this aspect, sir, really reflect more than anything their lack of understanding about how this area of law works. The reality is, sir, that trusts already exist. People can already put their assets into trust. They can already avoid tax, and tax avoidance, sir, is a serious issue, but the abolition of gift duty is not going to make any significant difference. And I think, sir, it's worth pointing out that when you refer to the Institute of Chartered Accountants and the Law Society being on record with their concerns, that the $70 million of compliance costs that this outdated and useless regime imposes, the beneficiaries of that, sir, are the lawyers and the accountants. Right. It's the lawyers and the accountants who get to charge those $70 million worth of compliance costs to their clients every year to comply with the system, and let's be very clear about this, that generates less than $1 million but costs nearly $500,000 a year to run. So we have this tax, sir, that is generating almost nothing, that there is zero enforcement of. If you go back to the Inland Revenue Department and ask for records around gift statements for a transaction going back, they can barely give you that information. Right. There is no follow-up. This is not a highly enforced tax, and 99.6% of all transactions that go through the department are time-wasting for everyone involved because there is no duty payable. So this is a tax that has long since run its course. The costs that are imposed on the private sector, and the beneficiaries of which are their lawyers and the accountants, are unnecessary. They're not serving any public good. They're not, in fact, protecting the beneficiaries that the Labour Party claim they are. And, sir, it is time this outdated duty was abolished. It is, in fact, long overdue, and, sir, I'm very pleased to commend the bill to the House.
Wonderful speech.
The Honourable David Parker.
Mr. Speaker,